Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Hello, and welcome to the second A to Z show on Radio Lewes. I'm Jonathan, and on this week's show, we'll be looking at artists under the letter B. A word of explanation. For people, it's their surnames, but it's the first name of bands. As Harry Hill says, you've got to have a system. Right, every show needs a good intro, and who better to perform the introductions than the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band.
Hi there, nice to be with you. Happy you could stick around. Like to introduce Legs Larry Smith, drums. And Sam Spoon's rhythm pole. And Vern Dudley Bohay Noel, bass guitar. And Neil Innes, piano. Come in, Rodney Slater, alto saxophone. With Roger Ruskin Spear on tenor sax. Hi, Vivian Stanchel, trumpet. Big hello to Big John Wayne, xylophone. And Robert Morley, guitar. Billy Butlin, spoons. And looking very relaxed, Adolf Hitler on vibes. Nice. Princess Anne on sousaphone. Introducing Liberace, clarinet. With Don and Ted Armstrong on vocals. Lord Snooty and his pals tap dancing. In the groove with Harold Wilson, violin. Franklin McCormack on harmonica. Over there, Eric Clapton, ukulele. Hi, Eric. On my left, Sir Kenneth Clark, bass sax. Great honor, sir. Specially flown in for us, a Sessions gorilla on Vox Humana. Nice to see Incredible Shrinking Man on euphonium. Drop out with Peter Scott on duck call. Hearing from you later, Casanova on horn. Yeah, digging General de Gaulle on accordion. Really wild, General. Thank you, sir. Roy Rogers on trigger. Tune in Wild Man of Borneo on bongos. Trump Basie Orchestra on triangle. Thank you. Great to hear the Rollinsons on trombone. Back from his recent operation, Dan Drop, hot. And representing the Flower People, Quasimodo on bells. Wonderful to hear Brainiac on banjo. We welcome Baldulican as himself. Very appealing Max Jaffa. That's nice, Max. What a team, Zebra Kid and Horace Batchelor on percussion. And a great favorite and a wonderful performer, all of us here, J. Arthur Rank on gong.
The intro and the outro there from 1967. Of course, you'll need to be of a certain age to get all the references. The Bonzo Dogs were led by Vivian Stanchel, another great English eccentric, who studied at Walthamstow College of Art, where he met fellow students Ian Dury and film director Peter Greenaway. He went on to become a drinking buddy of Keith Moon of The Who. Not a wise career move. Now it's the Buzzcocks, with a sentiment many of us can relate to.
I run the risk of losing you, and that's worse.
Right, next up we've got songs by the Beach Boys and the Beatles, two of the great Bs. The second could be seen as a homage of the first, or maybe a piss take. Back in the USSR there, clearly written before the breakup of the Soviet Union. Now, sadly, Jeff Beck died recently, so in tribute, this is Beck's Bolero from the 1968 album Truth. Jeff Beck, who in 1965 was recruited by the Yardbirds to succeed Eric Clapton on the recommendation of Jimmy Page, the holy trinity of British axemen there. In 1967, Pink Floyd had wanted to recruit Jeff to replace Syd Barrett, and in 1968 the Rolling Stones approached him to join the band after the death of Brian Jones. Now it's another Beck, but just Beck, with Devil's Haircut.
Something's wrong, 'cause my mind is fading, and everywhere I look there's a dead end waiting. Temperatures dropping at the rotten oasis, stealing kisses from the leprous faces. Heads are hanging from the garbage man trees, mouthwash, jukebox, gasoline. Pistols are pointing at a poor man's pockets, smiling eyes ripping out of his sockets. Got a devil's haircut in my mind. 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 Love machines on the sympathy crutches, discount orgies on the dropout buses, hitching a ride with the bleeding noses, coming to town with the briefcase blues. Got a devil's haircut in my mind. Got a devil's haircut in my mind. Got a devil's haircut in my mind. Got a devil's haircut in my mind.
From the excellent 1996 album Odelay. Beck's mother grew up amongst Andy Warhol's The Factory. In 1989 he caught a bus to New York with little more than $8 and a guitar, and by 1983 he was living in a rat-infested shed near a Los Angeles alleyway. He finally broke through on college radio with a song entitled MTV Makes Me Want to Smoke Crack. Next, 2 tracks from father and son. First, Tim Buckley, and then Jeff Buckley.
Sometimes I think about Saturday's child and all about the times when we were running wild. I've been a-searching for the dolphin in the sea. But sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me? This old world will never change the way it's been. And all our ways of war can't change it back again. I've been a-searching for the dolphins in the sea. But sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me? Lord, I'm not the one to tell this old world how to get along. I only know that peace will come when all our hate is gone. I've been a-searching for the dolphins in the sea. But sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me?
it's over. Just hear this and then I'll go. You gave me more to live for, more than you'll ever know. This is our last embrace. Must I dream and always see your face? Why can't we overcome this war? Baby, maybe it's just because I didn't know you at all. Kiss me, please kiss me. Kiss me out of desire, baby, not consolation. Oh, you know it makes me so angry, 'cause I know that in time I'll only make you cry. This is our last goodbye. Did you say, no, this can't happen to me? Did you rush to the phone to call? Was our voice unkind in the back of your mind? Say maybe you didn't know him at all. You didn't know him at all. Oh, you didn't know.
That was Jeff Buckley, Last Goodbye. And that, I'm afraid, is another double tragedy, following on from last week's Almond Brothers double tragedy. In 1975, Tim Buckley celebrated the end of a successful tour with a weekend of drinking with his band and friends. It culminated in his death from a heroin overdose. He was 28, the favoured musician's age at death. His 8-year-old son Jeff met his father only once and was not invited to the funeral. Jeff produced just one studio album, 1994's Grace. In interview, David Bowie named Grace as one of 10 albums he'd bring with him to a desert island, obviously forgetting that you can only take 8 on desert island discs. Jeff drowned in 1997 in the Mississippi River when he took a spontaneous evening swim, fully clothed. He was 30. I think we need cheering up after that heap full of family tragedy, and who better to do that than Chuck Berry?
Riding along in my automobile, my baby beside me at the wheel. I stole a kiss at the turn of a mile, my curiosity running wild. Cruising and playing the radio, with no particular place to go. Riding along in my automobile, I was anxious to tell her the way I feel. So I told her softly and sincere, and she leaned and whispered in my ear, cuddling more and driving slow, with no particular place to go. Particular place to go. So we parked way out on the Kokomo. The night was young and the moon was gold, so we both decided to take a stroll. Can you imagine the way I felt? I couldn't unfasten a safety belt, riding along in my calaboose, still trying to get her belt to loose. All the way home I held a grudge for the safety belt that wouldn't budge. Cruising and playing the radio with no particular place to go.
Charles Edward Anderson Berry there, and I chose that record because it was the very first single I ever bought, thus illustrating both my impeccable good taste and my age. It was released in 1964, and Chuck Berry had a long career, surviving several scrapes with the US legal system, and he died at the ripe old age of 90. Now it's Blondie. Blondie from 1979, with, of course, Debbie Harry on vocals. I once saw them perform at the Roundhouse in London, with Debbie Harry wearing what looked like a black plastic bin liner. She still looked fabulous. Next up, what critics often cite as the first bona fide psychedelic rock song. It's the Byrds with 8 Miles High. That 1966 song was subject to a US radio ban due to perceived drug connotations. However, the song's lyrics are for the most part about the group's flight to London in 1965 and their accompanying English tour. The song was co-written by Dave Crosby, who recently died, sadly, and future colleagues Steve Stills and Neil Young were members of Buffalo Springfield. This is Mr. Soul.
Trace of my face could seem so pleasing. I'll cop out to the change, but a was down on the ground when the messenger brought me a letter. I was raised by the praise of a fan who said I upset her. Any girl in the world could have easily known me better. She said, you're strange, but don't change, and I let her.
Buffalo Springfield from 1967. Now, two of my favourite Davids and two of the great Bs, Barry and Byrne. Both owe their length of their creativity to their ability to change and adapt to musical styles. So it seems appropriate to start with Changes.
And my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets. And every time I thought I'd got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me, but I've never caught a glimpse of how the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take that test. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. There's gonna have to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time. Size, but never leave the stream of warm permanent sand. So the days float through my eyes, but still the days seem the same. And these children that you spit on as they try to change their worlds are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware of what they're going through. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't tell them to grow up out of it. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Where to shame you've left us up to our next event. Time may change me, but you can't trace time. Strange fascination, fascinating. Our changes are taking job. Imagine there's an answer, imagine there's a God. Imagine I'm a devil, imagine I'm a saint. Lazy money, lazy sexy, lazy out of space. No tears are falling from my eyes. I'm keeping all the pain inside. Now don't you wanna live with me? I'm lazy as a man can be. I'm wicked and I'm lazy. Don't you wanna save me? Lazy when I work, lazy all the day, screaming all you like, but it only fades away. I'm lazy when I'm praying, lazy on the job, got a lazy mind, a lazy eye, a lazy, lazy body. Hard man, hard lives, hard keeping it all inside. Good times, good God, I'm so lazy I almost stop. I'm wicked and I'm lazy. Don't you wanna save me? I'm wicked and I'm lazy. Don't you wanna save me?
David Byrne on Express there. Now we're going to dip back into the Great American Songbook for the band and Across the Great Divide.
Standing by your window in pain, pistol in your hand, and I beg you, dear Molly girl, try and understand your man the best you can. Across the great divide, just grab your hat and take that ride. Get yourself a bride and bring your children down to the riverside. I had a goal in my younger days. I nearly wrote my will, but I changed my mind for the better. I'm at the still, had my fill, and I'm fit to kill. Across the great divide, just grab your hat and take that ride. Get yourself a bride and bring your children down to the riverside. Pinball machine and a queen, I nearly took a bus. I tried to keep my hands to myself. You see, it's a must, but who can you trust? Harvest moon shining down from the sky, a weary sign for all. I'm gonna leave this one-horse town. Had to stall till the fall. Now I'm gonna crawl across the great divide. Now, Molly dear, don't you shed a tear. Your time will surely come. You'll feed your man chicken every Sunday. Now tell me, hun, what you done with the gun? Across the great divide, just grab your hat and take that ride. Get yourself a bride and bring your children down to the riverside.
The band, who became famous for backing Bob Dylan when he went all electric. A critic described their debut album as country soul, and they're credited with influencing George Harrison, Elton John, Grateful Dead and Wilco, amongst others. Their farewell concert, The Last Waltz, produced one of the finest concert film documentaries, released in 1978 with a stellar list of artists. Catch it if you can. Right, I like to pop in a little bit of world music in these shows, so this is Belogi with Spoiler.
Tiens, un gars sur le plaisir, des faits de surprise dans l'intrigue de la nuit, ouais c'est toi que je vis, spoiler, espèce, on voit l'apparition aux petites heures, pour les repris de justesse, épuisés d'excès pour les noceurs, nuisance sonore, depuis quand on part sur un dance floor, spoiler. Peine à jouir, passe droit pour ne rien dire. Blasé, qu'est-ce qui est pire? Renoncer ou bien consentir. Je sais que tout s'estompe quand les masques tombent. Knack, en bout de piste. Cette nuit s'achève sur un twist. Spoiler.
Ne viens pas gâcher mon plaisir. Tika motungisi na zane kobinao. Natiki basusi na ndako. Zela tongo etana bongo to sololao.
Danse comme on joue des coups, les briquets font parler la poule. Dans ce club, tel un thermos, on fait partie des meubles à force. J'suis venu m'arracher du réel, compter 36 chandelles, tranquillisant dans le gobelet. Trouver des illusions au rabais, spoiler. Spoiler.
From 2016, that was Belogi, who was born in the Congo and now is based in Belgium. It's been very difficult this week selecting from the musical cornucopia that fall under the letter B. With the next track, I've managed to squeeze two Bs into one song. This is the Blues Brothers featuring James Brown with The Old Landmark.
Wake up! Wake up! Don't be lost when the time comes. Don't be lost when the time comes. For the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. Well.
That was the Godfather of Soul, James Brown, with the Blues Brothers, from the original soundtrack of the film, the same name. And if you've never seen the film, you certainly should. We're nearly at the end of the show. Next week, it's the Seas. But I leave you with the Bahama Social Club from the album Bossa Nova Just Smells Funky. And this track is dedicated to dentists everywhere. It's Open Wide.
Keep your heart open wide. Don't you hide what's inside. Keep your heart open wide. Don't you hide what's inside. Keep your heart open wide. Don't you hide what's inside. You better keep your heart open wide. Don't you hide what's inside. Really scared.
Radio Lewes. Local community webcasting.